Previously on Versatile.
Hey guys, I'm still alive but barely breathing. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear. May mga tao pala tapos ang lakas ng boses ko kumakanta. Hi, I'm Celeste and you're watching Versatile. So welcome back to the second part of our South Korea adventure. If you haven't watched the first part, you can click here or I think here, or I'll just put the link in the description box so you can watch it. So the first part of our South Korea adventure was a DIY tour planned by me and Camila. But for the second part of our adventure, we booked it via Klook. This is not a sponsored post. All costs were shouldered by me and Camila. And for this adventure, we went to Garden of the Morning Calm, Nami Island, Petit France, and Gwangjang Market. Before we proceed, here are some helpful tips when booking a tour. Number 1. Check all your options. Be sure that the tour you will choose will cover all your desired places to visit. Of course, we wouldn't want to miss anything, right? Number 2. Check the tour itinerary, so you have an idea how much time is allotted to each places. Now, why do you want to check the itinerary? Because you might visit a place which has a wide area and you'll have a lot of spots that you want to cover. But the catch is, you only have 1 hour to wander. Trust me, time constraint is real. And if you're the type of person who wants to see and explore every places, time is your biggest challenge. Just be sure that the tour you will book will give you an ample amount of time for each place. Number 3, check the customer reviews and feedback. Need I say more? Customer reviews will save you a lot of headache, heartache, and wallet ache. Number 4, check if they allow rescheduling or cancellations, just for emergency purposes. I think that's all for now. Let's proceed to our first adventure. First stop, Garden of the Morning Calm.
In the Gapyeong district of Seoul lies this not-so-hidden gem called Garden of the Morning Calm.
If you like being surrounded by plants or nature, this place is for you. This place was designed by a Korean professor named Han Sang-kyung. He wanted this place to be an artistic representation of beauty. Hey guys, good morning. We're currently here in the Garden of the Morning Calm and we're just trying to find our spot. We booked our tour via Klook, so you guys check it out while we go around. Fun fact, did you know that in the psychology of color, green is a refreshing color that can help improve your concentration and focus? I know that Garden of the Morning Calm is very colorful, especially during spring. But hey, it's the perfect place to relax. Well, if you don't have a time constraint. We're in a bit of a rush because the tour guide only gave us an hour to enjoy and take pictures of the place, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to vlog properly. So we'll just have to see. Guess our morning wasn't calm after all.
This is the map of the Garden of the Morning Calm.
And since we only had 1 hour to explore and wander, we had to be strategic with which spots we want to visit first. I'll be honest, I don't have that much clip of this tour, but I learned a really valuable lesson and life skill. And that lesson was how to pose for the next top model while competing in the Olympics, track and field category.
Garden of the Morning Calm maintains more than 5,000 species in its 30,000 square meter garden. First, in our priority list,
If you're familiar with the kdrama Love in the Moonlight, this Sowayon pond appeared as the pond inside the royal palace in that kdrama.
although we only have a few minutes to spare, we wouldn't forget to take pictures. A few steps away from the Sowayon Pond is the Korean Garden. is a gift shop wherein you can buy souvenirs. Another spot in our priority list is the Sunken Garden. And on our way to the tour bus, we were able to squeeze in a little sight.
The entrance fee for adults is 9,500 Korean won, 7,000 Korean won for youth, and 6,000 for kids. Discounts may apply. Just check their website www.morningcalm.co.kr. I love this place. I just wish we had more time to explore, relax, and enjoy the tranquility of the Garden of the Morning Calm. After that, we just had our quick lunch in a nearby restaurant before heading to the next destination. Hi guys, so we are now going to Nami Island. One of the most popular tourist destinations in South Korea, Namsan Island, or more commonly known as Nami Island, was named after the Korean General Nami, which according to Wikipedia, was falsely accused of treason during the reign of the 7th king of the Joseon dynasty, King Sejong. Before you can get to this island, you need to take a quick ferry ride of about 15 to 20 minutes. If you're visiting Nami Island, I suggest that you go there early in the morning as this place gets so crowded because of its popularity.
That is the ferry boat that we're going to ride going to Nami Island. This is what the inside of the ferry boat looks like. There's only a limited number of seating capacity. Welcome to the Naminara Republic, or Nami Island as most people call it. We took the route last taken to reach our first spot.
Honestly, we feel like we're in Amazing Race Philippines. Camila here is just waiting for a host to tell us if the race is going to start already. The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One of the most popular spots in Nami Island is the Ginkgo Tree Lane. And of course, I wouldn't forget to take my tourist photo. And just a few steps away from the Ginkgo Tree Lane is the Metasequoia Lane. For some of us, this couple would seem familiar. This statue was built in honor of the 2002 hit kdrama series Winter Sonata. Alms, yeah, paimbarya. And because they wouldn't give me my alms,
Nami Island is also the shooting location of Winter Sonata and other K-dramas. And if you're familiar with My Ex and Wives of Liza Soberano, may part doon na dito din siya shoot sa Nami Island. Wala pa, ulit!
now that's a friendship posing goal.
Hey guys, so we just finished taking pictures. It's a bit hard finding a good spot and a spot where there are only few tourists kasi sobrang daming tao. Kaya nahihirapan kami maghanap ng pictures there. Aside from the beautiful scenery that Nami Island offers, you can also do some activities such as rent a bike, mini train, and some water sports. You can also have a picnic, eat in the nearby restaurants, visit the small museums, and take home souvenirs from the gift shops. So, ayun na nga, we are on our way back to the ferry. Baka kasi malate na naman kami. And our next and our next destination is to Petit France. Bye, Nami Island. Bye. See you soon. And our last stop was a taste of European culture in this French theme park called Petit France. And let me be honest, compared to the first two places that we visited, Petit France is relatively smaller. And with an entrance fee of 10,000 Korean won, you can already enjoy this fairy tale-like and colorful land inspired by a rural French village architecture and the popular storybook named The Little Prince. We often hear the character The Little Prince, but some of us doesn't really know the story behind it. I know this is not a book club vlog, but for some of you who are interested to know the story, here's a crash course of The Little Prince. Hindi naman ako na-inform na may pa-book report ang vlog na to. Let's start with the part where the pilot, who is also the narrator, crash-landed in a desert and met the little prince who lived in an asteroid planet not bigger than a house. During their time in the desert, the little prince narrated his life story about how he grew a rose and came to love it with all his heart. But then, the rose grew too conceited and demanding that it pushed the little prince away. The little prince traveled through a series of asteroids and planets and met different people along the way. First, he met a king who had no actual subjects. Second, he met a vain man who only wanted praise and admiration. The third man that he met was a tippler, or a drunkard, who drinks to forget his shame. Then he met a businessman who capitalizes on the stars. Fifth, he met a lamplighter who puts on and off the light in the lamp for other people. And sixth, he met a geographer who can't even explore his own planet. He also suggested to the little prince to visit the Earth. Plus, he also revealed the short-lived nature of roses to the little prince, which made him a little anxious. On Earth, he met a snake who said he can bring him back to his home. He also met a flower who said people lack flutes. And then he came across a rose garden, which made him a little sad upon knowing the fact that his rose is not the only one in the universe. And these roses try to convince him that his rose is not unique. And then he met a fox whom he tamed and established a connection. I love the character of the fox because he's full of wisdom and he taught a lot of valuable lessons to the little prince. The one thing that she said that left the most impression was, what really matters the most is the one that can't be seen by the eyes. After this encounter, the little prince realized that his rose is really unique in the world because it's the rose that he watered, watched the sunset with, and the one that he put on the globe every night. The rose tamed him, and he tamed the rose. And with that, he is responsible for what he tamed. Back to the pilot and the little prince, the two traveled in the desert trying to find a well, which they miraculously found. The little prince then told the pilot that he wanted to go home. But in order to do that, he had to be bitten by the snake. And in the morning, the pilot noticed that the little prince's body was missing. He then thought to himself, maybe the little prince was already back to his home. The rose. Little did the pilot know that his short encounter with the little prince had a big impact. And it made him realize the small things that we often neglect and the things that really matter. The Little Prince is a really great story full of inspirational lines that will really give an impact. You should read or watch it to uncover the morals of each character. If you haven't noticed, the story of The Little Prince is about finding our inner child despite the overwhelming responsibilities of being an adult, the standards of the society, and the ideologies of the different people that we meet. Grabe, mga ilang minutes ng buhay nyo yung side story na yun. And that's it for our book report on The Little Prince. I hope you enjoyed it. And now let's go back to our South Korea adventure. Going back to Petit France. Hey guys, so we are currently here in the Petit France. And we're just going around because we only have 1 hour to explore the place and take some pictures. Camila, di ba nasa Petit France ka? Di dapat nagfe-French ka. Oui. Ilang alam, hindi ko alam.
Our first stop was the European dollhouse, wherein we watched a silent comedy mime presentation. Upon entering the Petit France, this is what you're going to see. It kinda gives us a glimpse of how a rural French village looks like.
You won't run out of photos to post, as Petit France has a lot of IG-worthy background that you can pose on. Aside from wandering around, you can also watch different performances such as French hand puppets, silent comedy mime, marionettes, or even enjoy an orgel appreciation music tour in the orgel house. Or you can also enjoy this performance of a frustrated Disney princess in this quiet village by yours truly. It's a quiet village. Day like the one before. Little town full of little people, waking up to say bonjour, 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 bonjour. Ah, isn't it amazing? Here, where the spring's traveling, but she won't discover it till chapter 3. Guess the village wasn't quiet anymore after that performance.
This is the Etoile Park, and did you know that Etoile means star in French? Here are some of the other spots you can visit here in Petit France.
This program is rated SPG.
Oh my god, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Oh my god, who is she? I get drunk in jealousy and come back each time you leave. Cause I really like me just like a daydream. Of course, just like the previous places that we visited, this place has also been the filming location of several Korean dramas such as Beethoven Virus, Secret Garden, and of course, My Love from the Star. And because Petit France wouldn't give me the background music of my choice, I decided to be a strong, independent, resourceful woman who can provide her own background music. That is the end of our tour for today. Here are some tips that you should consider during a tour. Number 1, get your tour guide's contact number. You'll never know when you'll use it. It's a bonus if you have a good-looking tour guide. Number 2, be watchful of the time, so you won't be left by your tour group. Number 3, select the major attractions that you really want to see first before going to the other areas. Number 4, don't be shy to ask your tour guide for different routes that you can take to go to your selected area. Number 5, always bring water and snacks with you. There will be a lot of tourists coming with you, and the lines in the stores will pretty much eat up your time. Number 6, take a lot of photos, but don't forget to enjoy the experience and make the most out of it. Is it worth it to join a tour? I think it depends on the person. If your budget permits and you're okay with the time constraint, you don't want the hassle of the commute, and you want to lessen the risk of getting lost, then by all means, join a tour. But if you want to spend more time to each places, don't mind the hassle of the commute, and the risk of getting lost doesn't scare you, then go for a DIY. And after a tiring day, the last part of our adventure is just a chill food trip in the Gwangjang Market. You guys, we are currently here in the Gwangjang Market, just looking around for things to buy, and also we're going to have our dinner here. We tried the fish cake earlier and it was good. Should try it. That's all. I hope you enjoyed listening to our adventure. I know I didn't have that much clips to share from this adventure, but as what Antoine de Saint-Exupéry said, the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or touched, because what's essential is invisible to the eye, but felt with the heart. My gosh, that's so deep. Di ko kinaya. And with that, all the memories and experiences that I had with that tour is now embedded deep in my heart. If you have questions regarding traveling to South Korea, drop it in the comment section and I will try to answer it on a separate video. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to my channel. Always remember that life is an adventure. Live, love, learn, and enjoy. See you in my next video.